When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. The Dome, home to the Orange in Syracuse University. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Boston College Eagles. Syracuse will kick off and we'll be underway. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes and they'll stop him at the 16. So Boston College's offense will go on the attack first. Last time these two rivals got together, guys. And this might be just... The recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, and you get all the quotes, all the people talking about all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll try to run for it. Makes one man miss. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
And how about the year he's put together? I mean, he is in the top 10 in passing in college football, obviously, and obviously we're talking about him for the Heisman, but just a guy you've been able to trust, a dynamic passer, throwing the football all over the yard. This team has been built on him, and he's had an unbelievable season.
The Golden Eagles will snap it on 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Watson. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front seven, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
All right, good news, the game just got started. There's still a lot of football left to play. The bad news is, though, you've already now turned it over and handed the defense an interception. Quarterback's going to have to be more dialed in with his decision-making in this game.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. And the big gain, they've got it on the 46. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. They'll try the run. Showing off that power as he plows ahead to the 38. The Orange with a ton of options available on 2nd and short. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense knew exactly where that 1st down line was, and they stopped him short. Syracuse will be forced to punt. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You're going to stop the run game. You better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Boston College will send out the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll return it from around the 50. Returns like that are why you don't... Just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Caught in the backfield, it's Tremble. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Gets it to the back. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Tremble. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. They just keep firing. Under fire. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Cuse. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
Man, a legendary rivalry with a ton of meaning and history. Virginia Tech and Virginia, and we've got an update. Virginia Tech made it look easy today, but I promise you, there is nothing. Victory. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Hokies. One team will rise in the ACC standings while the other is going to sink like a stone. The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Well, this guy has shown up time and time again for his football team. Top 10 statistically in passing yardage this year, but it's been in big games and big moments where he's really shined. And that's why this guy's in contention to win the Heisman Trophy.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. And the Golden Eagles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
Now the play fake. Makes the grab. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
Defenses have their hands full with him. They just give up a big pass there for a first down, but it's not just the arm you got to worry about, it's his legs too. This guy's top 10 in the nation, total touchdowns scored, and that's why he's in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy.
Makes the grab. It's Bolden. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Back to pass on 2nd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Bolden. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Quickly complete. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Looking for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Man, this offense was sitting in such good position. I like the play call, I like being aggressive, but if you don't have something open right away, throw that football to the ground. Don't take a sack, and now back yourself up and make it harder.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Boston College! Fired in from the extra point here would tie the game.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Complete to the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, the inside give. Pass to Sticks, and he may get more. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Wide open downfield. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
Now on first down from the 28. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Russell. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage. You're trying to defend a slant route. You've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver be.
Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Syracuse looked to be in dire straits to start this drive, but now they've got some room to operate. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Slams ahead. Beck's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Orange.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your guys.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. Texas looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over that field like Bevo. They're up 14 over LSU. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Running back searching for a hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And I love this because you got second and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get third and manageable. Nice job getting the run. Not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on third down.
And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26. BC back to work after picking up the first down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Boston College putting together a very efficient drive. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Hauls it in down the sideline. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
If you're going to be a quarterback in the Heisman race, you've got to win games and you got to put up big numbers, and that's exactly what this guy has done all season long. Top 10 in the nation in passing yardage, and he's the biggest reason why they've been winning.
Quickly out to the tight end. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Throws a nice completion there for a first down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
Gives it on the option. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
The Golden Eagles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up. Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. The referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll go to the ground. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He's got enough to give Boston College the first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. 1st and goal. Firing to the right, complete. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Back to pass. Under fire. And the quarterback pulled up 2 and sacked at the 12.
It's a big-time moment for the defense. They're creating a negative play, getting a sack with the opponent right down on the goal line. Now that they've backed him up a little bit, a touchdown doesn't seem like it's just a gimme.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll bring him to within 4.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. This time it's complete.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. The Orange will have to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Shoots it to the left. Almost had the completion. Just missed it. Syracuse needs to come up with a big third down play to keep the drive going. Trying play action. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Off play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. A little release to the back. He just slips and slides his way down to the 42. The Orange now facing a third and short. They'll send the back in motion. They turn to the passing game on third and short. On target to the left. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. Syracuse looked to be in dire straits to start this drive, but now they've got some room to operate. He wants it all. Touchdown, Syracuse. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Texas is currently ahead early in this one in DKR. Rate themselves offensively. They're up by 4 over LSU. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Got him downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
And man, this guy's shown you the whole gamut, the whole arsenal. Like, he can run, he can throw, he can handle the moment, he can handle pressure. I'm interested to see how he finishes this season. He's already in the top 10 in total touchdowns, rushing and passing. Had a phenomenal year. Now is the time late in the season when you can go win those individual awards.
Well, late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Wants to throw it. Got it. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback and a nice...
Trying to rumble in. And he will score. Touchdown. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Looking to throw. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd.
Boston College, 16.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions,
and the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Syracuse will send out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch is brought in at the 43. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. They march to the end zone the last time they had it. Do it again, and they'll be on top. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark. And the Golden Eagles line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Bully ball on 3rd and short. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This Boston College offense has it working. To the air on 1st down. Got a man, it's Bolden. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Snagged out of the air. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
And you really want your best player to be your quarterback, to be your leader. And he's been that all year long. Dude, he's in the top 10 passing in all of college football, and he's leading this team very much in the Heisman race. And guess what? Got a chance to end the year strong, make a statement, and go out and be maybe the best player.
Touchdown, Eagles! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. Football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And with the extra point, they have a 2-point lead. They marched 56 yards to the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
21.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after going for it all. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. He's looking downfield to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Syracuse will be forced to punt.
Facing 4th down.
That thing was down for a while, but into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. Give to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with a W.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. There he goes. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
He's tackled.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
At the 45 on his way. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Leaves it with the back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. From the gun, the ground game. Got enough for the first down. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Golden Eagles kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding, keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
And don't stop it. Get down, get lined up quick, and give it to this dude again to go score a TD.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown! He'll try to tack on one more.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 9 here in the fourth. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
On the run, it's Willis. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They think there's room to run to the right here. He's got enough to give Syracuse the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Quick toss. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back here on second down. Back to pass. Unloads to the right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Got it in the middle. It's Tremble. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Trying to get it to the marker. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. The give to the back. Makes a man miss. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Syracuse might take a shot here on second and short. Off play action. Tight end finds a soft spot. Brought down at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. It'll be a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Williams. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Syracuse looked to be in dire straits to start this drive, but now they've got some room to operate. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cuse. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different than what we saw earlier.
Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get Hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have two hands on it this drive.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Boston College coming to the line after moving the chains. Right back to the well. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Boston College needing a fourth down conversion. Quarterback keeper. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. And the Golden Eagles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. The give to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on third down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
And off from the shotgun. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Boston College lining up to punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Punt is on its way. And they'll let that one go, and they'll get this drive started from their own 26. Wants to go up top on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Willis. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Pressure coming. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
Plays like that are the type of plays that win you games. Bottom line, here we are, it's late. It's a close game. It's a huge third down. But he's got to step up and make the play.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is